Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you, leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That might have further clarity for you as to what's going on now. And we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. Sorry, that's my cat. She's discovered she was asleep in the other room, and now she wants to partake in the reading. She'll settle down in a minute here. She's just got happy feet. She's about to start purring. She's my co-pilot. A cat's purr has a very high vibration, and it can actually even be so healing that it lowers blood pressure. So I figure that she'll calm down here and purr. You might not be able to hear her purr though, because I'm wearing a noise canceling mic. Okay, so to begin the reading, the underlying energy is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is and talking about having the discernment to understand how much you want to invest of your time, money, and energy into someone or something, and what do you expect to get in return for that, and is it a fair exchange of energy? So this person has 6 pentacles, which is a decent amount of money, and he's willing to share a little bit of it with people in need, and so he is giving coins to this person, but he's not giving to this. And this energy is talking about he's got the scales of justice above this person's head. And that's because if you look closely, this guy has something in his pocket. So he already has what he needs in his pocket. So this person's decided, there's no way I'm giving him my money when he already has what he needs. And this card can also sometimes represent breadcrumbing on some level. Like not being paid what you should be paid for your work, basically. We have the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is representing an energy of a lot of opportunities coming in. So the 7 cups, each one of those cups has a special gift in it. And they're all different gifts. And it's up to you to decide which cup you would like to choose first or foremost, or how many you would like to choose. These are all opportunities. A lot of them are going to appear to be challenges, because often possibilities are disguised as challenges. But you're basically like a black hole, like just getting ready to suck in opportunity, like so these are meant for you, and it's up to you, the order you want them in and how much you want to take on at one time. It's that kind of energy. Like a black hole, you're at the center of your universe, so you need to put your own spin on the energy, like how you would like to do it, and put your own special energy into it, and to make the possibilities come alive. And then we have this energy of the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is talking about, the pages would work for the king and the queens. When they were younger, around the age of 7 to 14, they would begin working for the king and the queen, depending on how mature they were. And they would come from the underlying, like the families around the area, and that were of higher society, well-educated people, and they would learn the ropes at the palace and, run small errands and tasks. And their main job would be to look at, to run communication between people in the palace walls. And as they got older, if they were still there by the time they were 21, they might be considered for knighthood, so long as they could afford their own horse. So whenever the pages come in, it represents an energy of communication or information coming in. And each of them has their own element. This is the element is Pentacles. Pentacles represent earth, and the element of earth, and they also represent health, wealth, and happiness on planet Earth. So this is talking about basically your lifestyle. You could have all the money that you want, or you could have all the money in the world, but if you're not living the lifestyle that you want, then you're still not going to be happy. And we have this energy, okay, making money. So someone's very focused on making money. This is actually talking about the coin as being money, because this is the only pentacle card in the deck where the person is actually literally making money, like pounding out a coin here. And so this energy is talking about being very focused on that. And either you've started a new project and you're on the second pentacle and have 6 to go, or you've already done 6, you're on the 7th and you only have 1 more left to go. This could represent the 6 pentacles here at some point in the reading. We have the King of Pentacles coming in. So the King of Pentacles is representing, the king is someone very highly respected for his business acumen. He has good knowledge of how to make pentacles work for him, and how to make money work for him, basically. So this is talking about someone that other people look up to because of his business acumen. It can also represent people who are in a profession which involves banking. If so, they'd be high up, at least a manager of a bank, that kind of energy. It could also represent financial advisors and accountants. And if they are a financial advisor or an accountant, they would be someone that would be in a prestigious firm that they are also a partner of, someone high up. And then we also have the energy of possibly real estate. So, earth is land, and so this could be about land developers, mortgage brokers. It could even be stockbrokers that are involved in minerals, gold and silver selling, that kind of energy. This is representing maybe someone who's the head financial advisor for a big corporation. So, energy of understanding how money works and how to invest in strong endeavors and make it work for you. And this king on his robe, you may notice here, he has a lot of grapes. And in tarot, grapes represent luxury items. So if you can grow grapes and then make money on top of it, then people are going to be impressed by that, and they are going to ask for your guidance and assistance, and maybe ask for your advice in business. And this is talking about the 4 of Swords. The sword energy is the element of air, and it's representing your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. It can also represent like your thoughts, basically. Your thoughts are expressed through words, and those words could be written or they could be verbalized. So this information is, this person here has gone, it looks like, into a church, and he's put his mind, he wants to lay his mind to rest and go inward and meditate and pray so that he can follow his intuition and feel it. To do that, you need to he's hung his mind on the wall here. And I feel these 3 swords can represent the subconscious mind, which is what is formed by the time you are about 5 or 6 years old, sometimes 7. And it's when you think about how much a baby learns in the first year alone, babies really, really are like sponges when it comes to their environment. So they really take it in. And up to the age of kindergarten, most of us can't remember what happened to us. And so we have to rely on the thoughts of the people that were put in charge of our care. And so they tell us, oh, you were like this when you were a baby, and you were like that. But we can't really remember. And this subconscious mind is heavily imprinted on us, so much so that we carry it well into our adulthood. And we have a tendency, if we get triggered by something, that's the first mind we rely on. And in some ways, it's the most unreliable, because it's not really our thoughts, it's the thoughts of the people who brought us up. And then we have the unconscious mind. So a lot of people will say, yes, I recognize that I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body, and that's your vehicle for getting around. And if the soul's needs are not met, then the soul will have a tendency to get very loud and argue with the subconscious mind. And the conscious mind is the thoughts that, like yesterday I went to the store and I purchased these items. I have memory of it. I know that I've done that. That's a conscious memory. And so if all 3 of them are working together and they're congruent with each other, then you have discipline of your mind. And the best way to do that is to quiet the mind and go inward and use your intuition and connect with source energy. So the swords of intellect are actually two-sided swords, and so they have two edges, and one is for your logical mind, and the other one is for your intuition. When you use the two of them together, you will have more creative solutions. And also, if you plug that into your heart's desires, and you feel with your heart, then you are actually going to be in accordance with your authentic desires. So that's basically the best way to discipline your mind is to meditate and learn to get it to quiet. Your mind should work for you, not against you. And you know, if you get caught in those thinking loops, then you turn inward and meditate. It'll quiet the mind, and then you'll have a chance to feel for that creative solution. We have the Four of Cups, and cups in the tarot, again, they do represent gifts and love. Basically, quite often it's romantic love. It can be love of anyone or anything, your pets, your family, your friends, etc. It could even be something you love to do or be. This could represent an energy where you've done something 3 times, but it hasn't worked out. And the universe is saying, hey, come on, try another 4th time. And you're like, no, thank you. You know, if it's going to be the same old shift, I've been so disappointed. I worked so hard on this project and I got breadcrumbed. And I don't know if I want to do, I don't even know if I want to try this again. I'm disappointed. I don't know where I went wrong. Or this could be a situation where you've given someone 3 chances and they're asking for a 4th one, and you're like, this could be a business partner, it could be someone in your family, or it could be a lover, and you're like, no, I've given you 3 chances, I'm not giving you a 4th chance, which makes sense because 99% of the time people will show you who they are the first time around. And then the other option, possible option, is maybe this is a relationship with a romantic partner, and there's supposed to be 2 of you, but there's a 3rd cup here. And so if there's a 3rd cup here, it can represent, in a romantic situation, a 3rd party involvement. And it could also even represent a 4th party coming in, and that could be a baby, you know, the best gift of all. But if it's not yours and you're in a relationship with someone, then that's not going to be an easy one to swallow. And so the next card is, we have the 7 of Wands, and this is an energy again of the element of fire. And so this is representing passion and taking action. And this person here, it looks like we have these other wands representing other people's energy coming at him, and he's gone to higher ground to protect what is closest to his heart. And this is kind of a situation where you know what you know, and you have conviction beyond a doubt, and you will fight for whatever this is that you feel should be coming to you. And you can notice here he has one foot with a boot on and 1 foot with a shoe on. This could represent like he was just in a hurry and had to get out there to higher ground to protect himself, or maybe he's straddling 2 different worlds here. So he's not quite in the energy and he's not quite out of it. This is talking about the World card. In the major arcana, there's 21 cards. This is the last one. So when this card comes up, it's talking about an end of a cycle. That this is what we're dealing with now. I'm building a pyramid, and now we're going to get into the obstacles. So this is kind of what you are going through right now and what's been happening. And you feel like you've been breadcrumbed and you want to know why, and you know, you felt like you had all these opportunities. There is some information coming in possibly about these pentacles, and this is the energy. I feel this could be someone that you've connected with to ask for advice, or this could represent an energy of this is where you feel you should be. So this cycle is ending now, and you're going to get this new information. Is going to change the situation. So let's see. So you go off to calmer waters with God. So you realize, I need to take a bigger rest here, and I'm going to just get my, maybe take a few days off, go to a retreat, something like that. I'm going to, or just go and be in nature by myself. I'm going to get out of this rough water, and I'm going to dig deep and figure out why this is happening, and I'm going to calm myself down and see if I can get some advice from the Most High. And so this is talking, this conveyor is taking this adult and child, and they have no baggage here whatsoever. So sometimes this can represent recognizing that there's something about maybe your subconscious mind that is causing you to have, maybe this is a repeating occurrence for you, that you end up getting breadcrumbed. It's already happened 3 times. And so you're trying to figure out, like maybe when you were younger, you were told you have to work hard for money, and, there's no money trees out there, and that kind of energy, like you don't waste money, and, making it really, really challenging. And maybe that really sat with you, or you had some experience where maybe you worked hard at something and then you got in trouble because it wasn't good enough. It could be many things. And so this is talking about leaving the rough waters, which represent volatile emotions and mixed emotions, and moving off to calmer waters to calm your mind. And quite often that can involve like healing the inner child energy. This conveyor is he has to dig deep with this pole to push off, and that represents how you're going to have to dig deep within yourself to face these fears. And then we have walking away from a relationship after you do that. So this can be talking about, like this is 8 years or 8 cups. I mean, 8 cups is quite a lot of energy. There's only 10. So if someone's walking away from something, this could represent 8 years. And somewhere here, there's, 5 lined up, and then there's these 2 and a gap and a third one. And so that could have been what causes, that could be this third-party energy, and if it's something to do with your love life. And if this is something to do with work or something, it could be talking the same thing, walking away from a partner that you didn't, you're just not getting along, or whatever, it's not working out. That kind of energy. So this is like after putting a lot of energy into something, walking away from it, making that decision because you feel like you're getting breadcrumbed, and it's not paying off with what the amount of energy you're putting into it. This also, the full moon and the new moon here can represent the eclipse season. So it's kind of like probably you had to face a lot of fear about doing this. It's hard to walk away from something that you've put a lot of energy and effort into. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles comes in after that, though. And so this energy is talking about, and it's sitting right on here. So I feel like you're interesting. So you're on the 8th one here, and you've got the 9th one to go. But I feel like someone else has been, maybe this is not you, this is someone else with your 6 pentacles. So maybe that's the energy. And this is saying somehow this 9 of Pentacles, it's one away from the most that pentacles you can have. And this is like information coming in maybe about that 10th pentacle. There's some sort of energy here. And you notice she has her hand on 6 pentacles here, and she's not giving any of these away. She's keeping these because she knows she needs to keep them for her, to pay her bills, for her home, her business, make sure that she can pay the registration on her vehicle, that kind of energy. Have a little bit of a slush fund instead of in case of an appliance breaking down, or and then she has 3 over here. So this is a ratio that she's keeping. 2/3 keeps for herself, and this other third, maybe one of these pentacles is representing more risky investments that pay off more, but that she's willing to take the loss if it's just this much. This could represent maybe charity and maybe saving up for a vacation for the family. This card always reminds me of Nikola Tesla's energy. He'd always say, like, if you knew the power of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And the 369 energy is a ratio, and I feel like that's kind of describing this. And like the falcon represents having the foresight to know that you have to look after yourself first, because if you burn yourself out, then you're not going to be able to help anyone. And this is talking like the pre-Empress energy is saying that you've almost reached Empress potential here. And Empress in the tarot represents, she's in the major arcana, and she represents all 4 queens from the minor arcana rolled into one person. So she's learned a lot because of the different experiences she's had, and is, you know, almost at that Empress energy, which is high manifestation ability. And it's interesting because this card also can represent, in an Empress, it can represent pregnancy. And we have this cup here, so just saying. And yeah, and then look what comes in, is the 3 of Swords. And so the 3 of Swords is representing some heartbreak. And this can also represent a heartbreaking decision that needs to be made. We have, like, quite often this can be talking about a sword being driven in between the 2 people, basically, and causing like this reason for walking away, that kind of energy. So this could be like, maybe you're trying to decide whether or not to walk away, and then when you go away, you take some time for yourself, you come back and you realize, I am walking away. I want to be in this energy, and I'm tired of being in this energy. And this is talking about wanting to heal your heart so that you can move on with your life. Justice, yeah, justice is when wanting justice for the situation. So this could say, like, you started off with all this opportunity, and then somehow in this relationship there could have been a third-party involvement, and possibly you've had to really fight for what you want. And that could be like representing these 7 opportunities. If there was a third-party involvement, perhaps that energy is what caused the loss of funds as well, that kind of energy. And this is also talking about, so wanting justice for that. This figure is holding, she's wielding the sword of justice. She's got it in her right hand, and she's got her right foot forward. So she's saying, hey, you know, I'm ready when I get the word to bring justice from the spiritual realm down to the physical. That's what this veil here represents. And justice quite often can be redemption of karma. And so karma, a lot of people feel that karma is punishment, but actually karma is more cause and effect for your actions and possibly your inactions. So this energy of karma is basically directly, maybe you did something that caused you to have karma, and it was you that did it. Then we could have indirect, and that could be from your ancestors and even your descendants, from people you associate with, that kind of energy. And because you're associated with those people, you have to share in their karma. That's quite often is like when energy goes down from the bloodline. Maybe your parents and even your grandparents weren't able to clear up their own shift, and now you're going to be responsible for it. Unfortunately, that's the way it works, and then it tends to get passed down. And then we have like the karmic spaces, which could be like just, you know, everybody can fall into those. Like they're just really common pitfalls that people tend to fall into. Now we have the Queen of Wands here. And so the Queen of Wands is one of the queens from the minor arcana, and her element is the element of fire and the wands. So maybe your fight, like this could be your energy here, because we finally have like someone that's representing like a figure, you know. And so this is talking about the Queen of Wands is known to be very creative and have creative solutions for problems, because she's very good at using her intellect and her intuition at the same time. Logical and her ability to tune in to her intuition is really strong. She's got this little black cat. It's saying like she doesn't worry about suspicion, about, you know, bad luck and that kind of energy, because she has a very happy disposition. She follows the sun. That's the sunflower. Shows like the sunflowers, they follow the sun as it passes through the day. And it's saying that you follow like your North Star energy. You're following God's path, and you're happy. Like this is someone who's generally very optimistic and happy. This is talking about wanting to offer a cup of love. So this could be, sometimes the queen can be a king in their, or a male, I mean, in their feminine energy, just as well as a female in their feminine energy. And the knights could be a female or a male as well, and this would be in their masculine energy. So someone might want to offer a cup of love to someone else, like you might want to, or someone wants to offer a cup of love to you. So this is the knight in shining armor. And the knight in shining armor comes in, and like the page, he's going to deliver information. The information in the old days would be in person, but these days now it could be like a phone call, a text message. It could be, it could be in person, but probably not by horse. And then we have like email. It could be something that comes in the mail, documents, that kind of energy. These days, this could also represent online dating. It can be maybe you get a message on social media, or perhaps you see an event posted there and you attend the event and then you meet someone. And this is like, woo, look at you. And you end up like really hitting it off. And now maybe it's worked out to be something now where this is generally where someone wants to take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. Yeah, and this is an Ace of Cups coming in. It's a true love is what this is saying. Interesting. So this is the divine saying this is a true love. This is orchestrated by me and the universe. It's a peaceful love, one that you will be, not that you won't be in this energy where you feel you need to walk away from it. This person's not going to cheat on you. Like they're in it. This is everlasting flowing love. And then we have, oh, look at this. We have the Page of Cups. So definitely this is saying, and this is interesting because this is this person when they were younger now. And so it could be someone that you've known since you were young, or someone that you haven't seen in quite some time, maybe since you've been a page and now you're all grown up and you're a knight. That kind of energy. So this is talking about, yeah, someone definitely does have their eye on you. This card talks about the Page of Cups is, oh, you silly girl. He understands there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he is very focused on this fish. So this is saying someone's very focused on you. Also, sometimes this card can represent that there was something fishy in your love life. And I feel like this might be talking about the earlier energy that you're walking away from because it's on here. And then this is talking more about like a more committed love, the in-between, the difference between the two. So this is saying there could have been something that was stinky, about your love life. Something smelled, if you keep a fish out of water for too long, then it starts to smell. And so this energy is saying maybe when it could just be talking about age, that kind of energy, or it could be talking about someone that maybe you were too young to get in a romantic relationship, or maybe circumstances were that you really cared about each other, but one of you had to go off to college somewhere else, and then you know how life happens, that kind of energy. And then we have the Magician coming in. So the Magician is representing an energetic upgrade, and this energy is saying, as above, so below, bringing all the magic, bringing your thoughts down into the matter to manifest them into matter on the third dimensional plane. Infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. And there's a garden growing here. It's a beautiful garden, and this energy here is talking about having the tools you need, but you need to learn how, like the Magician did, which tool to use at which time. And you may have noticed something with your garden tools. If you leave them laying around the yard, they don't just get up and do it themselves. So you're going to have to put some energy and effort into it. The Magician is pointing as above, so below. So right now he's pointing at this conviction beyond a doubt. So this is talking about what you know to do what you want to do here. And this is there's been a shift in the energy, and now you're ready to take this to the next level. Basically, that's what he's pointing at. So, he's pointing to the rebel with a cause. So he's like, get going. This is another knight here, but this is saying you have a lot of passion for what you're doing. It's time for you to get moving and implement what was from above and bring that down to earth. The energy is changing, and you're in a strong position to do so. So the Knight of Wands energy is talking about having like a lot of passion for what you're doing. This is again a knight, and he's got this big plume on the back of his helmet, and this can represent that he has a bit of a hot temper, but he's learned to rein it in, and also he's learned not to be too impulsive with his actions. So he's coming in more in this energy than in this energy. So this could represent you know, the how the communication went back then. I feel like this could be the same person. It doesn't have to be someone you know from high school or something like that, but it could be someone that you've met in the past, but you weren't in maybe a relationship with them, but you just met them and you know of them. So it's not like they're a total stranger, but they're not someone that you've had a relationship with. And so the Knight of Wands is coming in with passionate information. Maybe you've asked a question, would you go out on a date for me, with me here, that kind of energy. And this is the Knight of Wands coming back with the answer. And oh yeah, there's passion here. She does care. In matters of love, this represents like a heartfelt energy and a lot of passion. So this love is not just like, you know, a platonic love. It's definitely a passionate love. It's generally that is the case with the Ace of Cups. And this takes you on a brand this is when, see, this is when the energy starts to shift, and then the energetic upgrade comes in here. And so now this energy is talking about, this energy is now talking about moving forward now with, on a cycle with this other person, I feel. Like, so I guess the feeling is mutual. And the Fool starts out at the 0 point. And when he comes to the 21st card, that's when, okay, this cycle is over and you've done everything you can from it. So this is basically talking about starting over in a new way with this other energy, and it's sitting right on this energy here, and having like this passion that you've had as a youth, but now applying it in a more mature way. The Fool has tattered sleeves because he's been on a cycle before. He's not, he's starting on a new cycle, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have any life experience. And we have the 8 of Swords. So this energy here is talking about perhaps something happened here, and this energy is saying that you know, the love offer, he's been back and forth, but he's been in a mental prison, thinking like maybe you would not accept his offer, and he didn't want to go forward with it unless he really thought about it, or he, you know, like it was, so something may have happened. This is when you feel duty bound and you can't, you don't know which step to take or which direction to go on. And it's sitting right on this love and on this energy here. So yeah, let's see some more here. But this is talking like there's there's eight swords here. And so these are talking about 7 behind you. So this is either you, maybe you don't know whether you want to take this offer or not because of something that happened. And so you're deciding, and then you maybe, okay, the information comes in, yes, I'm willing to take that, that leap of faith. And I'm going to have faith in God, even if I don't have faith in myself. I feel like this is talking about really feeling like maybe you don't know if you are, like, you don't want to be vulnerable in love again. You don't know if you can handle it, that kind of energy. And then we have the illusions coming in. So the moon energy is talking about hidden secrets and illusions coming out. So there might have been some sort of energy that happened between you and this person. And maybe you're not aware of what happened behind the scenes. And maybe the person is also like that. It looks like this is the Knight coming in. So the Knight's not, he doesn't understand what happened either. He doesn't have the full story, and you don't have the full story. But there was something that happened behind your backs, both of you. Ah, there we have it. And it caused you a lot of hardship. And you maybe, when this information comes in, you realize, oh, it was tied to this energy. And I don't know, like, like if this person is still hanging around with these people, if he still feels like they're duty bound to hang out with these people from his past, I'm not interested, because it was these people that caused the heartache for me. They were involved in the heartache that I had. Okay. And so this energy is talking about not being sure whether or not you want, like there's this lobster is thinking about coming out of the emotional waters here and making themselves vulnerable. But there's this dog and this wolf howling at the moon, and he's like, oh, I don't know if I want to go, past that. And this could be saying that you don't know if you want to be domesticated as of yet, or, maybe you've been really do want to be domesticated because you've been walking on the wild side for a while. So it's that kind of energy, having that, making those choices. And then we have the hermit energy coming in. So this is saying this is saying that you really had to think about it, and eventually, like the hermit, if they're having a dark night of the soul and they can't come to some sort of conclusion, the hermit will climb the mountain, and when his lantern is full of the light of the North Star, his rod lights up, and then he knows, oh, okay, it's time to come down from isolation. Come out of the domestic life and get back out there, back out into the dating world. It's okay, I'll do it, but kind of begrudgingly here. But the Wheel of Fortune is definitely turning in your favor. So this is talking about synchronicity. I feel like whatever the timing is better now between the two of you than it was back then. It's some sort of energy, but it's actually pretty cool. Because it's just kind of coming in the way it is. And so maybe before it was just too early, you were ahead of your time, you had to wait, like what is this, 8 years, some sort of energy like that. And then we have the sun coming out, and this is God shining light on this. So God is saying this is destined for you. You two were supposed to get together, but maybe you showed up, maybe you met each other too soon, and now it wasn't time yet, and now it is time. And so this is saying that this relationship is ordained by God. Basically, this is saying the magician is pointing to the rebel with the cause and saying that God is the one that sent in this information from the rebel with a cause. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is you when you were young and you were fearless, and like there's no reins here, you're on this pony, and this banner represents your destined path, and you were just carefree and happy, and look at all the sunflowers. So I do feel it's representing this energy here. So yeah. And then we have the Emperor coming in, and now, so this is saying it's an Emperor that's interested in your energy, and you are then this pre-Empress energy here. So you may have walked away from a relationship because you found it heartbreaking and you weren't willing to go through the same cycle again. Like once you found out, you knew what you knew, that was the end for you. And then this is talking about your healing journey and justice coming in. And the justice is being sent in, this person that you know about from your past. It's an energetic upgrade for you, and they're coming in and they're interested, but you're hesitant. And now the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and now it's saying, look, this is an Emperor. This isn't like a page. This isn't the knight. This is the Emperor sent the page and the knight to give you the information. It's just telling, this is the information, this is who is interested in you. So an Emperor energy is very different from someone that was a page back then, or even a knight kind of energy. So this is talking about, like, the Emperor is all four kings rolled into one, matching this Empress and pre-Empress energy. And so I feel like if you end up with the Emperor, then you will, of course, become an Empress. And this is about performance and being able to be a power couple. Both being on your destined path is what it feels like. This kind of energy has been coming in a lot. And like, there's not a lot of emperors and empresses out there because it takes a lot. You have to have a lot of life experience to get there. Having said that, in my readings, I mean, probably the Empress and Emperor have been featured quite a bit in the last 2 weeks, but then you might not see them for months. It's that kind of energy. And yeah, you felt like you were left out in the cold. that you didn't fit in, that you were never going to have this. It's that kind of energy, feeling like there could have even been tactics that were used against you to keep you out of the loop, and so that you wouldn't be able to hook up with this emperor. So there's some energy here from some people or a person where they did not want you to meet up with this emperor, but through serendipity, with the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, that's what happened. Interesting energy. That was justice for whatever reason. And then it's also, this is representing that this is the King of Cups. This is, the Emperor is the one that wants to bring in this love. Really cool energy, how it shows up the way it has here. So this is talking about the timing is right now for this love. Before, in the past, when you met the Emperor, it was too soon, too early. There was too much energy here. That was, the Wheel of Fortune had to turn in your favor. And maybe you really felt left out in the cold from that. This is talking about the Magician saying, basically, if we look at the Magician, he's pointing to this energy. I'm doing this a little bit different than the normal way, that this is you standing on your conviction. You know without a doubt that you know what you know. And so you end whatever situation you're in, and it's a new world. And then this causes you an energetic upgrade, and some information, some new passion comes in, basically. And it was directed by God. It's an emperor coming in for you that loves you, which will take you out of the cold. And this is going back in time. The energy of, like, you had a dark night of the soul where you felt left out by everybody. You didn't fit in. And you were really, really having a dark night of the soul because of it. And then this is the moon energy of using your intuition to get out of that energy, as well as your logic to be able to keep functioning. And you want justice, and you were sad about all these opportunities that were missed. But these opportunities are for you, so they're always there for you. It's just being able to put your own spin on it. Really, really cool energy. I like this reading. It's a bit different from the other ones, but it's kind of that same theme. Stay on your path and, you know, be the best version of yourself, and then that's what you tend to attract. If you're leaving the reading here now, please do give it a like and comment if you've benefited from it. Also consider subscribing to my channel if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. I'm going to clarify for anyone else who wants to clarification on this situation. So I'm using my Oracle, Tales from the Vector, and this is something I started back in 2007. I'm an artist. I did 64 paintings by 2020, and now I'm getting ready to bring the deck out, but I'm writing up the book that goes with it, and I want to play with the cards a little bit before I write it up, so I know what they're like in action. So the cards that I have here have numbers on them, and those numbers represent the paintings in the order that they are in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. I have, in the description box below, I will put them in the order they appear here, so you know which paintings to look for, and the information of the website is there as well. So we have the Wheel of Fortune is turning. No more breadcrumbing. There we have it. You need to use your intuition here. Because like the High Priestess, it's talking about if you want to have that joyful life, make sure that you're really tuning in with your intuition as well as your logic. There's the energy is talking about a mother's worry here. So this could represent maybe this could represent an energy of always saying, you know, maybe your parents were divorced or some sort of energy. Maybe your parents worked really hard and then something happened to their money, like they were supposed to be like this, or the money that somehow the money went missing, that kind of energy. And that's kind of what's going on in this reading. And so it could be that your mother is worried, but it could also be feeling kind of weighed down by the way the planet is right now. A lot of people are kind of feeling that energy. There's like a lot going on in the world, and because we have such access to information at the drop of a hat, it can sometimes feel like overwhelming. what all is going on. And it's talking about this energy being like blind spots, like what is going to happen, people not understanding what's going on. And that's when you need to go inward and rest your mind. Like if your mind's working too much, it makes it really challenging for you to get out of the thinking loop. And the more you think, the less you're able to access your intuition. So this is talking about, there was a tower that hit, and it was when whatever happened, whether this is with a business partner, it could have been with both a business partner or a love affair, or just someone in your family that disappointed you. It's caused a major, like a tower moment. And this is talking about, this says divorce, but with this card, it's basically saying the worst divorce would be from source energy. So this is talking when you figure it out, when you know what you know, and okay, this is the direction I'm going. You've had the reality check here that you are changing. And you've become neutral enough to the situation that this is what causes that change for the world that the magician is pointing to. So that's when you decide to go off to calmer waters and you decide to leave this relationship. You're walking away from it. And then comes the sun. And so this is directed by God himself. And it's saying it's part of your destined path that this was to happen. What you learned here upgraded your energy and pushed you into where you're going now. It upgraded your energy to pre-Empress energy so that you could attract the Emperor's energy. This is the Hangman. This is about having balance. So this can be balance between your masculine and feminine qualities. Your energy and the healing energy, like balance between, working and playing and love and hate and all the extremes out there. So this is talking about having balance in life in general. The Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge and upside down so he can get a totally different perspective. And then when he feels like, oh, okay, now I've seen it from every angle, this is what I'm going to do. So it kind of gets you out of this energy here of like just being caught in that loop. We have the guiding star energy, which is the crown chakra. And this is about using your intuition. And it's interesting, when I was painting this dragon, she's, my grandmother is Ukrainian. And she reminded me of my grandma, Baba. And it's kind of talking about that crown chakra energy. She's this purple dragon, and it was really interesting because that was back in 2020, early 2020, when I was painting her. And I wasn't aware of anything. I don't know if the war between Russia and Ukraine was going on then, but it was really interesting because the poppies came up. And so that painting has all these poppies in it, and I couldn't figure it out. And now when I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's about the war in the Ukraine. Something to do with that energy, using the crown chakra. And it was probably, like, my grandmother is from Ukraine on my mom's side. And so maybe this energy was like her coming through. And because the whole time I was doing it, I couldn't stop thinking about her. She was just a very lovely, kind person, And she cooked the best, she baked the best cinnamon buns. And when we were little, we would go out to her farm, and we would, like, she had no running water. She had a big pump in the kitchen. That was like a major for her, like a luxury, right? And yeah, we used to bath all like on the kitchen table in a tub. She would heat the water, on the stove, that kind of way. Like she worked hard, my grandma. But it was like, I think about her sometimes and I think, wow, like the changes that she saw. Like, she passed away, probably it's been about 25 years now. I still miss her. Like, she is just a beautiful woman. But like, it's just, I was looking at this painting, and I was just thinking, wow, like that energy, from the Ukraine, and that was like her energy. And she made pierogies and all of that. Like, that was such good food. Oh my God. And my mom was also an amazing cook, and my aunt, her identical twin. And like they had the pierogi thing down pat, like they'd sometimes make pierogies and they'd be all over the house basically, because you have to cut them and then fill them, and it would be like an assembly line. So anyway, I don't know why that's coming up, but it's a good memory. The judgment is unfettered, so this is God's judgment coming in and healing that heart, that broken heart energy. Yeah, I could feel a lot of sadness coming in around that, and that could be just from talking about all the people that have passed. I couldn't figure out why the poppies. It didn't make sense to me, but now it does. Indifference. So this is talking about a karmic space where people will say we're all in it together, but then you find out after, well, actually we weren't. They had ulterior motives or whatever. And so, sometimes it can lead to pipe dreams where you're, for whatever reason, you can't figure out, why can't I make this work? And then you find out that the people that you thought were supporting you actually weren't, and there are people close to you. So it's challenging to get over that, because it's like such a if you still care about them and you love them, and then you find out, this whole time these people that were in my inner circle, they actually were working against me, and they could see how hard I was working, but they continued to do that, and they went against me. And they were totally indifferent to any suffering I went through. And you can't figure out, you just can't compute it in your mind. How is this possible? Seriously, how is this possible? And then you find out later, it was about money, which is really sad, but we see that right now in the news all over the place. So the temperance energy is talking about staying on your path, being devoted to it, and having that energy of having the patience to wait for God's timing for the wheel of fortune to turn. A lot of times we might feel like nobody's listening, or why is this happening? But hey, without that happening, you wouldn't have been able to rise to the level of being able to be in a position to attract the Emperor's energy, and be in a position then to really be a power couple that can go out there and get what you came in here to get done. That kind of energy, and having the adoration from a lover that understands, hey, this is my Empress, and that's my Emperor, and this is high quality. We're not going to do any better than this. We may as well, if God's orchestrated it, then it's probably in our best interest to see how it works out, at least. And then this is the star energy. And so this can talk about, the star energy is being on your destined path and putting that energy out into the universe, your own unique qualities. And when you mix the two, when you mix an Emperor and an Empress together, that's it's not 1 + 1 = 2, it's 1 + 1 = infinite potential, to the power of infinity and beyond, like Buzz Lightyear. And so, yeah, this is talking about also hold the drama. Life's a slice, hold the drama. A lot of people sometimes, they feel like they confuse passion or anxiety with excitement, that kind of energy. And the last place that you want drama is in your relationship with your most significant other. That's the last place you want drama. You want passion, but you don't want drama. Life's a slice, hold the drama. To know that you don't have to wonder if your significant other is cheating on you. You don't have, if you're asking the question, they probably are. You don't have to wonder if they're going to take off on you when things get a little tough, because they weren't really in it. You're not going to wonder if they're collaborating with other people because all they really wanted was your money. The Emperor already has a lot of money. That's not, the Emperor is interested in lifestyle. So yeah, it's that kind of energy of having that solidity, that hey, this God is promising that this is an everlasting love, it's an overflowing love. Here it is. It's keeps filling its own, the cup keeps filling itself. So it's that kind of energy. yeah, really awesome. Just like my grandma's love, like she loved everybody, you know, like that kind of love that you just knew it was unconditional. Like she might get mad at you or whatever, but she, you know, I never heard her talk about anyone. I don't think ever in my life did I ever hear her gossip about someone or slander anyone. She would say, be careful with your words because once you say them, you can't take them back. And that was good advice. So anyway, Grandma's coming in here really loud and strong. So I love you too, Grandma. All right, if you've enjoyed this reading, please do give it a like and a comment. And that really does help build my channel. The algorithm likes that kind of thing. And consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I would be honored if you did so. I will be back with another daily reading again for you tomorrow. Bye for now. Sorry, kitty, I have to wake you up. Yeah. Oh, you were having a good sleep, hey?